We live in a beautiful area of the world, not just of New York State or the country.
Oh yeah, I remember, oh geez, must have been back in the late 80s. The winery just getting started. My parents were sort of holding down the fort, and my brother and I decided to take off and head out to Lake Tahoe. Friends of ours had a ski resort out there, and of course we dragged some of the homemade red cap from the packing house cellar. Long story short, we ended up in the hot tub and, yeah. Yeah, well, that's, yeah, I can't tell the rest of that story, I guess, geez.
We don't generally give wine tours, but before we built these buildings, we had our winery in an old barn that we had built over on the other side of our house. And while we didn't give tours per se, there was very little space there, so the tasting room was the winery building itself. And people ask interesting questions, and some people do pretty dumb things. And we had somebody leaning up against a tank of wine and asking what the valve did as he opened the valve and the wine came out. So we're used to smart questions, good questions, and dumb actions.
But sure, we tell it to them. It's the truth. Why would we hide something from them like that? It's a serious business, this here. The bones, you know, you work all your life to get your own set of bones, and then what happens to you? You know, the foxes and the raccoons just carry them off. So I think it's important people try and keep their bones to themselves, if you know what I mean.
Back when we first got going, of course we have 1 million employees now, but yeah, my brother and I were pretty much running the show out here and running the tasting room and the sales, and we did all that stuff. And of course we had a tendency to get a little bit crazy, and off we went down to the beach and went sailing and partying, and my mom came over to run the whole show, and my dad, and they helped out, and then we got the phone call, you guys need to get back here and go to work right away. But yeah, back in the good old days when, you know, 2 or 3 employees ran the whole show around here.
Stop laughing now, it's not all that funny. Serious business here, crusading and all, and you know, we got shields and swords and things as well. We make sure we protect our wives and children, if you know what I'm saying there.
Yeah, this is our demonstration garden, and we did it because a lot of people's food comes in a box, comes off the back of the truck, they get it in the supermarket. And we wanted to show people how things grew. We do grow crops like beets and carrots, not when I say crops, we don't grow much more than 10 of each, but it gives people an idea of how they grow, and they're free to pull them up and eat them or pick them. We're not trying to harvest any of these for our own use. It's interesting though, because people don't pick them. We should put up a sign, don't pick, and then maybe they would. But you know, they want to leave them for somebody else, I guess, or whatever. But it's a beautiful garden. People really enjoy it. We have a little arbor over here that people can come out and sit down, drink a glass of wine, and enjoy themselves, and just pretend that, and look at the view we have. I mean, it's spectacular.